Alright, so many of you guys have pushed me to do this. I finally made some lessons on video for Spanish. Many people have asked me to teach them Spanish, to help them with Spanish, to suggest software, and I just didn't know what to do. With a little prayer, little effort, I've put together some lessons based on something we all know well. The Holy Bible, right? Or La Santa Biblia. We all are familiar with the Bible. It's something we have in common. It's a great thing to learn another language, to learn in general, as literature, as a faith-based tool, and it's a great start for a new language. So let's give it a shot with our Spanish. Let's use it as a base for our vocab. We're going to use an Old Testament story, a New Testament story. Each lesson we'll build vocab around it, phrasing, and even throw in one worship or prayer phrase each lesson. Phrase each lesson. We'll start with some names in this first lesson to get orientated with the accent and the language. My particular accent is Mexican. People regularly mistake me for being a Mexican, especially if they don't hear my English. They totally assume that I am actually a Mexican national, even Mexican women. So I can't help it. I'm sorry, you guys will probably get a little bit of that in there if you're learning from me, but it's the price you gotta pay, right? So let's start with some names from the Bible, and then we'll move on to some common names. We won't get through the whole list in this first lesson, but it will be a great start, and this will actually build. If you can pronounce these words and these names correctly, you'll be able to pronounce a lot of Spanish words. So repeat after me, and let's get going. Come on, vámonos a hablar los nombres, porque si tú puedes hablar los nombres, tú puedes pronunciar muy bien las palabras hispanas y latinas en la lengua español. Primeramente, first, Edon, Eva. Edon, Eva. Perfecto. Ya. Noé. Noé. Abraham. Sarai. Abraham. Sarai. Isaac. Jacob. Isaac. Jacob. Perfecto. Ya vamos a decir las generaciones. Now let's say the generations. Abraham. Isaac. Jacob. Otra vez. Abraham. Isaac. Jacob. José. Josué. José. Josué. Muy bien. Moisés. Sansón. David. Moses. Sansón. David. Ilaes. Eliseo. Ilaes. Eliseo. Daniel. Onás. Daniel. Onás. Great! Now we'll move on to the New Testament. Vamos al Nuevo Testamento. Maria. Oh wait, you can't roll your R's? That's okay. Try it again. Maria. Maria. It'll come with time. Probably took me 1.5 years to be able to roll my R's in a common name. Like Maria. Now we'll move on. Jesus. 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 Now remember that. That'll come into play later on in this lesson. Simeon. Ana. Simeon. Ana. Juan. Pedro. Juan. Pedro. Santiago. Santiago. Como la ciudad en Chile? Just like the city in Chile. Santiago. Mateo. Mateo. Pablo. Felipe. Pablo. Felipe. María. Marta. María. Marta. Great! Now we can move on to the other list of names that I compiled mainly just from people I know. Alejandro. Alejandra. Alejandra. Alejandro. There you can hear Alejandra, feminine, the A. Alejandro, masculine. Alfredo. Alfredo. Buen trabajo. Ángel. Ángel. Ángela. Ángela. Vladimir. Vladimir. Here it's very common to shorten a long name like that to Vladdy. Vladdy. Sí, buen trabajo. Be sure not to do this without the person's permission or a close relationship, but it's definitely something very common on the street. Let's have Blanca. Blanca. Brenda. Brenda. Brittany. Brittany. Carlos. Carlos. César. César. Now, there's 3 nicknames we'll go over just for fun. Chacho. Chacho. Changuita. Changuita. Cholo. Cholo. Christian. Christian. Now that's a real name. David. David. That's one we went over from the Bible. You remember it, I'm sure. Diana. Diana. Diego. Diego. Eduardo. Eduardo. Efren. Efren. Elena. Elena. Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Immanuel. Immanuel. Ernesto. 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 There. You got it. Esmeralda. Esmeralda. Finalmente, and finally, Eva. Eva. Thanks so much. I really hope you went over some names. If you want a list of the names, if you need some help, feel free to shoot me an email, send me a text. Hey, give me a call. I'm here for you guys. I really want some individuals to learn Spanish. I want some friends to learn Spanish. And I hope I helped you out today. Muchas gracias para ir conmigo esta noche. Yo quiero que ustedes aprendan español como yo. Hábleme otra vez, ¿eh? Yo quiero que tú puedas hablar igual a mí. Buenas noches ustedes. Órale, ¿eh?